Hi guys and welcome back to Iclone 3D, where we discuss tips, tricks and tutorials for the latest animation softwares. And today I've got a really quick and very useful tutorial about how to use lighting in your scene. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. If we head up here to the Create tab and we go into our surface panel and just create a basic room. Now, as you can see, nothing going on in that room. What we're going to do is we're going to first look at how to light the scene. Now what you want to do is you want to turn off every single light in your scene. So if you come down here to your scene tab, you'll see that you've already got some lights in the scene that are on. And if we turn each one off, you'll see how individually that lights the scene. So now there's no light whatsoever in that scene. Now that's step one. Now we can use the auxiliary light here. This will allow us to kind of just, if we wanted to see what was going on in our scene, we could click that on. Now, to make this scene even more dark and more stripped of its light, we're going to head over to the visual panel, and then we're going to go over here, and in this tab here, we're going to go down to our IBS lighting, which is image-based lighting, and that basically uses any image you load up there to basically translate any image light into your scene. So if we just turn that off, we'll see it get really dark, and that's exactly how we want our scene to start with. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go up to here, create, and we're just going to create a light, and we're going to create a spotlight. Now we have a spotlight created and we still can't see anything, and that is probably because we aren't close enough. So what we're going to do is we're just going to drag our spotlight into that room, and we're going to start to see the light come, and we're going to start to see it really kind of hit off that room and start to reflect. Now we can see it's not much light going on here, so what we're going to want to do to really kind of boost that up is we're going to head over to the light tab. So if we just hit on the light and go to the modify panel, here we can see something called multiplier. Now this will give you a lot more light in your scene. It will just multiply the light and it will push the threshold up a lot more. Now along with that, we can go down to this section here and we can mess about with the range. Now this will be kind of how far the light kind of pans out. As you can see, if you wanted a more smaller spotlight, we can go lower, or if you wanted to push more out, we can go higher. Now the more further back we now drag this light, the more range we have, the more that's going to kind of reach the rest of the room. So as you can see there, that range is really working to, good effect. So we'll boost that, and then we'll kind of mess with that multiplier a little bit more. And that's just how you can get, some nice light starting off in your scene. Now, if we go up to create again, and if we go into the light panel, what we can see is we've just used a spotlight. Now we've got something here called point light. Now if we just apply a point light to the scene, what this effectively does is this lights the whole room in a 360 direction with an equal amount of light. So it doesn't matter if you rotate it, as you can see, the light kind of is equally spread in all directions. So your rotate tool is kind of useless here. You don't really need to use it. What you should do is then aim to drag this light around the room, and this is basically a bit of a cheat because it doesn't work like a spotlight. As I say, it gives equal light all around the room, as you can see. So you can then use a spotlight to, a point light to, start to kind of balance out that light in the scene and what you're going for. Now, if you see here, and that's just kind of the basic two different kind of light setups to start getting light into the room. And what we can then do is we can actually look at changing the color of that light to kind of get a different look in your scene. So I'll just go to a red, and as you can see now, we've got a nice red glow going on in that corner. And that's kind of just how to basically add some atmosphere and add some kind of different color to your light setups. We could do the same thing here to the point light, and you can change the color in the multiply tab. Just hit on this pad here, and you can then change that color as well to your point light. And as you can see, that kind of pronunciates the blue a lot more, and that's because that light is shooting around in every direction, and it's not like a spotlight where it's just focused in one direction. So that's kind of pretty much how to use your lights and set up a basic scene. You've also got a directional light here. This light here acts as the sunlight. So as you can see, once you put that on, that brightens up the whole scene. This is a great light for outdoor scenes, and you'd mainly want to use it when you're doing outdoor setups. And it kind of really does, you know, add a whole lot of light to your scenario. As you can see here, it's really lit up that whole room without any issues. So yeah, you'd really use a directional light in an outdoor setting, and it does act as a sunlight. So we'll just take that out for now. And now we can see we've got the light setup that we just done. So really hope that helps, guys. It was just a really quick tutorial on how you can use lighting to get some really effective setups. And you know, you can imagine if you've got, you know, your subject, you've got your subject there, that light will then kind of translate onto your subject, as you can see here. And you know, you really get some really amazing looks. So I really hope that helps someone, helps you be creative. You know, I'm just kind of trying to spread ideas so you can then go on and use that to put that in your kind of creative flows and get some really amazing scenes. But you can really do anything, and you know, you can really kind of do pretty much some awesome things with the different light setups that you can use. So hope that tutorial helps, and see you again for another tutorial soon.